Hey friends, my name is Danielle and welcome to this yoga flow. This one is focusing on your hips, hamstrings, the back of the legs, the front of the legs, but really connecting your whole body together because we really need to focus on how our spine connects towards our legs. We're going to start all the way at the front of our mat. Allow yourself to rest down on one knee. If it feels very uncomfortable to sit down on your heel, you can bring this right leg a little further forward. But we're just going to try to get a little bit of movement into the ankle. So I want you to interlace your hands, place them over your shin. Feel like you're leaning your chest into your hands and just rock your weight forward so your hips go slightly off your heel. And then just allow it to reset. And you're going to keep that shift going forward and down. Try to find the stretch in the ankle line so your knee goes forward over your toes. And then instead of just staying there, we'll add a little lift. So as you rock, come back, think of lifting your heel up nice and high. Rock forward, really put your weight into the toes. As you rock back, you lift your heel. Sometimes it's nice doing it in different positions as well, so your toes can face in. Or the other way, so your toes can face out. We're just trying to warm up the calf and the ankle, because that is the foundation that our feet stand on, which allows our legs to move in any way we want. We're going to take just one little hold. Shift your weight forward. Some people feel a lot of stretch here. If you feel a bit more, reach your fingertips forward and imagine you're pulling yourself over the edge of your mat. Just one more breath. And then release. Just switch over your legs. So your left foot is going to come up. Your foot is going to go flat. And the same on this side. You want to feel like you're interlacing your hands to rock forward. You'll notice my heel is very slightly lifting off the ground, but I'm trying to keep it down. I'm just taking it to the max where it almost has to rise up. So you're rocking forward and back. And if you want to add a little heel lift, this is plantar flexion. If you're sending your knee forward over your toes, this is dorsiflexion. Your ankle needs to be able to work both ways. But it also needs a bit of freedom side to side. So try turning your toes in and doing one or two little rocks here. Maybe turn your toes out, do a little rock forward and back there. Just kind of get your ankles to have a bit more freedom by shifting. One last one, you're gonna hold. Lean your chest far over your knee. Your heel is just about trying to rise. You're working to push it down. But you can take your hands further forward if you like. Take a moment to breathe. I'm feeling like I'm leaning all my weight into my leg. For one more breath. And then slowly release. We're going to stand all the way at the top of our mat. Get your feet about shoulder distance apart. I'm going to do half forward folds first. So your hands are coming to your shins. Pull your shoulder blades back, look up. And then as you exhale, hands to calves or hands to the backs of your knees. Try to fold your chest down to your thighs and then straighten your legs. Do it again, hands to shins. Push your chest up. You will feel a big hinge in your back. As you fold, think chest to thighs first, and then let your hips lift up. Do it twice more like this. Your hands go to your shins, lift your chest up. You can do it with straight legs as well. When you're going to fold, bend your knees so your chest touches your thighs, and then drop. You might feel like you're not going as far, or like your legs are not totally straightening. But it will just stretch the whole chain at the back of our legs that we need. This is your last one. And then roll up through your spine. Take your time to stand, give your shoulders a little roll. We're going to take 2 Suryas just to warm up through our whole spine. So start with your arms, interlace them really high, look towards the sky. And as you exhale, just let your body fold, drop your head down. Your hands are coming towards your shins. Find that half lift that we did. The same thing, hands to your calves. Bend the knees so your chest touches your thighs. And then forward fold. Allow your head to drop. You're going to take your hands onto the floor and step your feet back into plank. Really hold your core secure. Then land your knees down. You're landing your chest towards your thumbs with your shoulders dragging back. From here, ripple by pushing the floor away. Let your hips drop and your chest pull through your arms. From here, find your way to downward dog. So lift your hips up Just take a moment to walk through your feet, maybe shake from side to side, move through your ankles, move through your head. We're going to do it again, so step your feet to the front, again shoulder distance apart. Allow your spine to roll up and take your arms overhead. Really feel yourself get tall. And as you exhale, bend your knees, let your chest fold to the floor. Your hands find your shins, lift up. Your legs can be straight or bent, but feel the stretch all the way down the back. Then hold onto your legs, bend your knees, chest to thighs. And as you exhale, fold. You can also slide your hands further down. From here, step it all the way back to plank. And like the first one, you land your knees. You pull your shoulders back, send your chest forward. And then ripple through. Use your inhale to look up. And use your exhale to find downward dog. Walk a little bit through your ankles, move through your spine. We're going to do a little ripple with our back. So come high onto your toes, ripple your chest forward to plank, then bend your knees and arch your back to wave it up. We're just getting used to getting our hips hinging and folding. That will play a big part in how much your hamstrings can release. This is your last one. And then from here, step forward so you're in a squat. Your toes are going to turn out and you're going to sit your hips to the floor. Just take a moment to have a little rock. But if you feel like your hands won't touch the floor, feel free to just put a brick in front of you and you can use that as well. We're going to lift our chest up. If you're using your fingers on the floor, feel like your shoulders are pushing the insides of your knees out. So your shoulder blades squeeze together. And then to fold, push your heels out and let your head drop. Your knees can stay bent or they can go straight, but you're trying to put weight into your fingertips or into the brick. It will be easy to round your back here. I'd rather your knees are slightly bent and your chest really heavy. We're doing it again. Turn your toes out, your heels drop in. Take a moment to lift your chest. And as you fold, your hips go high, your chest stays close towards your legs. Do it again. This is just a little spiral in and out. So your toes spiral out, then your heels spiral out. A couple more. If you want to make it more challenging, bring your elbows to the insides of your knees. Your hands are in prayer. You're using your inhale to lift. And as you exhale, push your heels out, reach your arms through. You're doing 3 more, either using your hand on the bricks, your fingers on the floor, or your fingers reaching through. Your last 2, inhale to rise. In yoga, they call this squat malasana. Exhale to reach. One more time, inhale, your low squat. And exhale, your deep compressed forward fold. Then release your hands to the floor. If you have a brick, move it away. Find yourself in downward dog, and we'll go through our first little cycle. You're going to take your right leg up to the sky, point the foot, and think of looking forward. Rather than dropping your head, pull your shoulders down your back, look forward. Exhale, squeeze the knee into your chest. And again, reach back. Exhale, knee in. You can tuck your head in now if you like. One more time. Exhale in. Then step your foot between your hands, land your back knee on the floor. I want you to feel like your right knee is just on the inside of your shoulder. So if you need to use bricks on either side, feel free to give yourself some height. We're going to start by pulling the shoulder blades back, looking up. And as you exhale, push the hips up, pull the toes up, and drop your head. 2 more times, drive your hips forward, take a lift up. And as you exhale, fold. 1 more time. Lift. And fold it back. Take a moment to drop the head here if you like. Feel the stretch through your hamstring. Okay, then coming forward, really sink into your hips. If you have bricks, you can move them off to the side now. Left hand goes all the way down. Take your right arm up, take a little twist. And as you exhale, twist across so the elbow finds the floor. It may not touch, that's not the point. It's just to start feeling a bit more weight to go through the legs. Over time, you'll find your elbow gets closer and closer. This is your last revolve twist. From here, bring it up. Hands onto your thighs, lean back. Interlace your hands behind your back and try to push your hands down your legs so you feel a stretch into your hip. Option 1, you're going to reach back with one hand and hold onto your foot. Option 2, keep your hands interlaced and just loop it around your foot. We're taking 3 breaths, so take an inhale. As you exhale, pull your foot in a little closer. If you're holding on with one hand, take an inhale. Try to keep your chest and your hip forward as you exhale. One more breath in. One more breath out. We're doing a move called Skandasana. It's like a Cossack squat. So turn to face the side. You're bending your right knee a lot and keeping your left leg straight. If you find you need your hands on the floor, definitely hold it here. If you want to go a little lower, sink the weight into your heel. Find your hands into prayer, shoulders down, just for a breath in. And a breath out. We're going to sit on the floor. So if you're quite high, I want you to put your right hand down and help yourself onto the floor. If you don't need your hands, just use them to come down. Fold the right leg in. Carry the left arm across, and we're taking a big side stretch just for a breath in. For a breath out. We're going to stand, so put your right foot flat. You can reach your arms forward to help you or use your hand on the floor. But we're going to lift all the way up to stand. Try the other side. So you're bending your left knee, come low to the Skandasana. If you need to use your hands to help you on the floor, do so. Otherwise, just come to sit all the way down. Your left foot is going to fold in. Right arm goes across, and you're going to take a big side stretch. Take a moment to feel the weight go down into your hips. And then slowly stand. To stand up, put your left foot flat. Use your arms however you like. And we're going to stand up. Turn to face towards the left. Find yourself in downward dog. And we'll do the whole thing again on the left side. So start with your left leg. You're pointing the toes. Look forward towards your thumbs so you really extend your back. Then exhale, squeeze your knee in. 2 more times. Inhale to reach away. This is called 3-legged dog. Exhale, pull it in. And your final time, look away. And exhale in. Then step your foot between your hands. Land your back knee on the floor. Your fingers are just on the outsides of your leg. Think of your left shoulder being very close towards your knee. And you're going to inhale to look up. Exhale to pull back, your toes rise. If you want to use bricks, definitely use them. They will just help you have a little bit more control. But you have one more. Pull yourself through. And exhale to move it back. Bringing yourself forward, hands on the inside of your leg. Take a little rock. And we're going to twist. The left arm is going to go up. And we're going to spin the elbow down towards the floor. 2 more times. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to twist. So we're thinking of really wrapping the upper back as our hips stay in a stretch. 1 more time. And then drawing yourself up. Stay on your back knee. We're lifting ourselves a little higher and interlacing the hands behind our back. Squeeze your butt forward as if the front of your waistband was higher than the back edge of your waistband. Instead of being here, we're here. And if you want, you can use one hand on your thigh and the other to hold the knee. Or you interlace the hands over and we just hold for 3 breaths. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, draw in for 1. And again, breathe in. Exhale, pull it closer for 2. 1 more breath. I'm imagining that I'm drawing the front of my waistband in and up so my foot can support a deeper stretch. And then release. To get back to the front, we're doing the same Skandasana. So hands in prayer or on the floor. Turn to face the edge so you get low. Take a moment to feel your weight start to sink lower. Use a hand on the floor if you need to find the ground. And your left foot is folding in for this big side stretch. Left arm up and overhead. Take a moment to feel that reach. Not that you're going down, but you're reaching up and over. And then to stand back up, you're stepping your left foot back. Use your arms as you like and just drive up. We're taking it towards the other side, so sit towards your heel. Again, use your hand to help you sit on the ground if you need to. Right foot folds in and your right arm goes overhead. Just for one breath in and one breath out. And then to stand, the same as before, put your right foot flat. Use your arms as you need to stand all the way up, and you're going to turn to face the front. Find yourself into downward dog. I want you to move through the legs in any way that feels good, maybe really working into the calves a bit now. And I want you to take your feet as wide as your mat. Walk your hands a little further back. You can even have your feet off the edges of your mat. Have your heels slightly turned out more than your toes, so you've got this spiral of your thighs. We're going to take little reaches forward and back just to get into the backs of our hamstrings. Loop your thumbs. You're going to take an inhale, really arch your back, and as you exhale, reach as far forward as you can without rounding your head. Do a breath in and reach all the way through. You can also do this with bent knees. It's still going to stretch the muscles of your back and your legs. Or you can do it with straight, reaching forward, inhale up, reaching back. We're going to do two more and take one hold. So inhale, exhale, reach forward, inhale, exhale, reach back. One more, breathe in, reach forward. One more, breathe in, reach back. Keep your fingertips just in front of your shoulders and hold, or hold onto your ankles. Think of drawing your chest down and your hips up rather than through. So it's a really long line of your back. And then at the last moment, just tuck your chin in. We're holding here for two more breaths. You might feel like you're a bit higher. If you're up here, bend your knees so it's your chest towards your thighs. That relationship between your chest and your thighs is much more important when it comes to improving the flexibility of your hamstrings. So stay with that feeling, whether you're here or here, for one more breath. And then release. You're going to find your way into downward dog. We're doing the whole thing again, but we're going to make it just a little bit deeper, a little bit more challenging for your balance. So start with your right leg. Take it towards the sky. My hips are square. Rather than being turned out, they're really square. So my knee faces the floor, and I look forward. Exhale, knee in. Two more times. Inhale up. Exhale in. One more time to rise. One more time in. Step your foot between your hands. Really sink into the weight. Options is you can drop your back knee like side one, or if you want to make it more challenging, keep your knee off the ground. Again, you can use bricks. If you like to inhale, lift your chest. As you exhale, both legs go straight. Think of your right shoulder touching your knee. And again, inhale, drop your hips, look up. As you exhale, really fold. Your back heel is the one that's high. Your last time, inhale, look up. And exhale to fold. If you have bricks, just move them off to the side. Your hands are finding the inside of your foot. Sink yourself down. This time, keep your back knee high off the ground. Squeeze your quad up so it doesn't start to droop. And take 3 breaths to lift open. Exhale, send your elbow down. 2 more times. Inhale to twist. Exhale down. Your last one, inhale up. Exhale down. Nice, guys. Land your back knee on the ground again. Come up towards your hands. You can use a brick if you need to for balance. Hold on with one hand or both. And like side one, we're taking a breath. As you exhale, hug in your rib cage, squeeze your foot in. 2 more times. Inhale, you can even hinge your hips, but then actively drive them under and forward. 1 more time in. 1 more time out. Coming into Skandasana, try without your hands. Turn your right toes in and then sink towards the side. See if you can sit all the way down. Your right foot just folds in and your right arm goes all the way overhead for 1 breath in. One breath out. Slowly bringing it up, your right foot goes flat. Reach your arms where you need to stand and go the other way, so you're sinking down. Find your left foot fold in and your left arm go overhead for one breath in. One breath out. To stand, left foot goes flat. Reach your arms forward to help you. And then turn to face the left. Repeating everything on the left side. So take your left leg up towards the sky. Look forward. And exhale, bring it in. 2 more times. Inhale to reach up. Exhale in. Your final time. Inhale up. Exhale in. Step your foot down. Land your back knee if you wish, or keep the knee off for your second option. Fingers down, inhale to lift. Think left knee to left shoulder as you fold. 2 more times, inhale, you're in a deep lunge. Exhale, fold into pyramid. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale. Hands on the inside of your foot, come low towards your lunge. Your knee can be down, but if you want to make option 2, squeeze your quad up a lot. 3 breaths up. Exhale, rotate. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale, rotate. Last time, up. Exhale, down. Land your back knee down. Draw yourself up. You're holding onto your back foot with one or both hands. And once you find that little foot, you're going to squeeze your hips under and drag your foot in for 1. Exhale, little release. I'm imagining that I'm actually drawing both legs towards each other. So it's not just my quad, it's like a whole front line stretch. Your last time, find the support and release. To get back to the front, find Skandasana. So you're facing the side, use your hands if you need, but you're sitting down, fold in, left arm overhead. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Bring it up, your left foot goes flat. See if you can stand, use your hands if you need. We're taking it to the other side, so sink. Right foot folds in, right arm goes overhead for 1 breath. And coming up, right foot goes flat. See if you can stand. And then turn to face the front. Find yourself in downward dog. Walk through your legs a little. Shake out your head. Move it. Your hips should be feeling nice and warm now. We're going to take it a little bit deeper. So step your right foot between your hands. It's a nice time to use bricks or books if you do have them, because we're going to find warrior 3. So pull your shoulder blades down. Get your back leg to lift. You can flex or point the foot. But imagine you're holding a pencil between your shoulder blades. Just hold it here. We're trying to find this beautiful balance between strength of the quad and stretch of the hamstring. And that comes with trying to just transfer your weight forward and back in your foot until you find that sweet spot. Take a moment to hold it there. If you can, bring your hands to prayer and just take 2 breaths for me. This is 1. 1 more breath. We're going to do something called standing pigeon. So see if you can keep your balance on the right leg. You're crossing the left ankle over the knee and start to sit down like there was a chair behind you. Keep your chest really nice and open. If you want to take it deeper, open your palms like you have an offering in them and slot your elbows towards your shins. Pull your chest up and just hold for 2 breaths. This is 1. Really think shoulders down your back for 1 more breath. And then stand. You're stepping your left foot all the way back. Turn into a wide leg stance. Your arms are going to go overhead. Exhale through the center. You're going to pause and hold halfway. And when your next breath out comes, let yourself drop. Your hands can hold on the floor or your ankles, anywhere that feels good. Just allow yourself to feel the stretch. And then rolling up through your spine, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So turn yourself around. You don't have to use bricks. You can also just lean your weight forward. Feel where that center point of balance is in your bottom foot and your shoulders are together. Maybe your hands find prayer. You can also bend the standing leg if you need to. I'm just interested that you try to tip your tailbone back and out. You have one more breath, and it's okay to be wobbly, right? It's okay to just figure out where that sweet spot is for you. When you're ready, you're going to find standing pigeon, so cross the right ankle over the knee. Think of hinging from your hips like there is a chair behind you and stay. If you want, you can bring your hands to prayer. This is actually really helpful for balance. But if you want to take it lower, start to sink your hips a little further and slot your forearms into your shins. Then push your chest over the edge of your fingertips. You've got one more breath in. One more breath out. Slowly stand. You're stepping your right foot all the way back. Find a wide leg stance, but maybe take your feet even wider now. Hands to hips, take a breath, and go halfway down. Hold it there. Then let your arms release to the floor. If they don't easily touch the floor, you can always use a brick to support you. If you don't need the brick, fingertips on the ground, just take a little bend from side to side. The only thing a brick does is brings the floor up to you, so don't feel like it's a bad thing to use them when you need to. We're going to take a little hold in both directions. So bend the right knee and hold it there. If you feel this is enough stretch, stay. This is a variation of prasarita. If you want to take it deeper, crawl the fingers over towards the right a bit further. Really push your hips back and then find the stretch through both sides. You can also drop your head. I'd like you to keep your wrists lifted up so you're almost going like Spider-Man with your fingers. So there's an active pull through your shoulders. You have one more breath. And then slowly coming up, crawl yourself over to the left. Option 1, bend your left knee and just feel that weight start to sit back. Option 2, think of extending your chest out by crawling your fingertips forward and really pulling your shoulder blades down your back. We're going to hold it here. I'm really bending my left knee, but my right leg is completely straight, and I'm pushing the outer edge of my foot down. For one more breath in. One more breath out. Come back to center. Your toes are still facing the long edge of your mat. Right hand underneath your shoulders. Left arm goes up. Wrap the arm behind your back and you can stay here. Really feel like the elbow is slotting down for this spiral. If you want to go further, the hand that's on the ground is going to reach towards your left leg and you're going to lift your chest up. Try to make it go higher than your hips as you twist. I'm thinking of pushing my arms back into my legs so the spiral becomes deeper, but I'm not crunching any part of my spine. And then change. Left hand under your shoulder. Right arm goes all the way behind your back. Stay here and feel like your shoulders are being stacked right over left. If you want to go further, the left hand goes towards your ankle. You're thinking of pushing it down, and the right hand wraps around your top of your thigh. So as you twist, you're actually lifting up, as if I'm trying to extend your spine longer. For one more breath in. One more breath out. Nice, guys. We're going straight to Skandasana. So turn your heels in, toes out. Sit towards your right heel. Hold it for a moment. You can really flex this foot if you like. If you want to go a little deeper, crawl your fingertips out further or take your fingers out wide. If you feel you're quite high off the ground, just play with peeling the toes up and seeing where you can find the line of stretch. So it's as if I'm trying to spiral the knees back. You can also use your elbow to the inside of your thigh and press your hands into prayer. Or if you want to take a little bind, it's right shoulder in front of the shin to wrap, left arm behind, and you lift your chest up. You've got one more breath. And then just sitting all the way down. Fold the right leg in as we did before. Your right arm goes overhead. Take a moment to stay there. I really want you to feel the stretch on the inside of the leg. So try moving the shoulder and the elbow a little further forward so you can twist off to that edge. Your arm can reach out here if you like, or across your leg. If you want to reach for your foot, you can. You have one more breath in and one more breath out. Really nice and slow. Bring yourself up. You're going to slide your hand down so you hold onto the right ankle. Reach it forward so both legs are straight. And then cross your arms like this. If it's hard to reach your ankles or your feet, you can hold higher up as well. I want you to feel like you're pulling your shoulder blades down, like you're doing a cross row. And then you're going to reach up and over to go forward. If you're holding onto the feet, you're reaching up and over. Don't let your toes fall in towards each other. Really active through here, and your head just drops for 2 breaths in. And just one more breath. And then rolling yourself up. We'll do everything on side 2. So find your right foot, put it flat, hands in prayer. Stand all the way up, and then sit towards the other side. You can stay here, take a little rock if that feels good. If you need support with your hands, definitely give yourself that space. Your body needs to trust you to go further. If you feel quite happy without your hands, try reaching your fingers forward and really pulling your shoulders down your back. Or you can drop your head as well. If you want the elbow to be on the inside of your knee, hands in prayer, lift your chest higher than your thumbs. Or wrap by reaching the left arm out, flipping it over your shin, and you take a little bind. You have 2 breaths. This is 1. One more breath. And then slowly sit down. You can use your hand if you like. Your left foot folds in. Your left arm goes overhead. Take a second to feel that space. Maybe the right hand can just cross over the leg a bit more, and the right shoulder can go further forward. Unless you want the elbow on the ground, that's also an option. But you have 2 more breaths here. Close your eyes. It really, really helps you to connect into your body when you take away your sight, when you can feel just so much more than you see. So let your eyes shut down for a breath. And then coming up, right hand, left ankle. You're going to bring your leg all the way forward, flex the feet, and have a little gap between them. Then cross at the ankles, or hold on to opposite feet, or hold on to opposite knees. You're going to inhale, drag your chest forward, and as you exhale, elbows bend, let your head drop. Don't let your toes fall in, keep them really active. You've got 2 breaths. This is 1. Exhale for 1. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then slowly sit up. Okay, left leg goes flat. Use your hand to support you, or stand up without support. Turn your toes to parallel. One more forward fold. Hands at your hips. Lean your chest out. And then hands go down. Drop your head. Maybe you feel you can take your feet a little wider. Maybe you come down to your elbows. See how that feels for you. If you want to take it lower, we're going to frog, which means you're going to land your knees on the ground. Have your ankles just behind your knees and your feet are flexed. I want you to feel this little rock forward and back. So you start to notice where center is, where your hips are lined straight over your knees. And often we feel if we let everything just stretch further to the ground, we'll get further. But for this one, I want you to think of drawing your rib cage in, really scoop in, and then just try to push your hips forward. Maybe you send your elbows down and hold. If you feel like you can go further, move your knees out a bit further. Have that little rock till you find the point that is the best for you, and hold. Now the siren's over. We're going to hold it here a little further. I'd actually like you to relax in this one. Now that I've asked you to contract, do the opposite now, let it go. So you teach your body the ability to do both. We're going to do this by squeezing in a lot and then taking a big breath out and letting everything go. So on your inhale, try to drag your knees in towards each other, squeeze and hold just for 1 breath. Then exhale, go a little lower. 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze. Try to press your hands together, press your knees in like you're trying to ruffle up your mat. And then exhale, you'll feel yourself go further. One last time in, make everything squeeze. And exhale, let everything drop. Hold it there. Some people feel like they want to go further by laying their chest on the floor. Some people feel better when they're a little bit higher. Wherever you are, close your eyes, sink your focus down into the space that you feel the deepest, and just allow yourself to be, even if it's a little bit uncomfortable, allow yourself to be present with that shape. Allow yourself to be present with all these sensations, all these things that are coming up. They will come and they will go. So let yourself be focused enough to stay, even a little bit of discomfort. Not pain, but just that edge of discomfort for one breath. To come out, you're going to bring your toes together. Start to push yourself all the way back. Bring your knees together, and then roll over to one side. We're doing good. We're going to take a little pigeon stretch, but sitting down. So you're going to fold your right leg in and cross your left leg over. Hug the knee and look over the side. This is called Ardha Matsyendrasana, where your hip is going to want to lift, push it down. That's option one. If you want to take it a little further, we're going to lean up and forward. So your knee is going to go over the bottom one. You're going to flex it, take it a little further. Flex the ankles as well, and make sure this feels okay for your knees. Crawl the fingertips out to the sides, take a deep breath in, and then let yourself fold here. I'm really heavy through both sides of my hips, which is allowing me to feel the best stretch, and the weight of my chest is sinking down to my knees to make the stretch deeper through my hips. You have one more breath. Roll yourself up. We've got side two. So just switch legs. It's your left leg that's under now, your right leg that goes over. Option one, this right hip will want to lift, so encourage it down. Use a hand if you like. And you're going to wrap the thigh up towards your shoulder and look away. You should feel a stretch through the outside of your hip, the outside of your glute, maybe even your IT band. And stay. If you want to take it towards a deeper stretch, your knees are going to cross and your feet are going to flex. You may want to push your feet a little further forward. There's a tight wrap of your knees, and you're breathing up to go all the way over. This is called Gomukhasana. Shoulders down, weight of your chest going into your thighs. My feet are flexed because it helps me externally rotate my hips a bit more. But know that you can also get a lot of benefit from being here if that's where you feel your hips are the heaviest. So stay with that support line. Again, you can close your eyes, but you have one breath in and one breath out. And then lifting up, we have one more straddle stretch before we come all the way down. So you're going to take your right leg out and your left leg out. Your options are to sit up on bricks because that's going to help you get a little bit of height. If you are sitting on bricks, really get steady and think of leaning yourself not down, but forward. You're going to stay on your fingertips as if you're doing a pull, and we're going to hold it here. If you feel you can go further, your fingers go further out, you pull and you hold it here. If you feel your chest wants to go further, try doing it without a brick. The same thing, you're pulling forward and holding it here. As tempting as it is to want to let everything relax, just hold it for a moment. Be strong as if you're dragging your chest over the edge of your mat and spin your toes backwards. We're going to relax in just a moment, but as you hold, feel like you're continuing to push your chest forward and push your toes back behind you. For one more breath. On your next exhale, let yourself relax. That might mean you come towards your hands or your elbows. That might mean you come towards your chest by reaching forward and then lowering down. But wherever you choose to get to, know the stretch line is going to be insides of our legs and the backs of our hamstrings as well. And our hips are in this rolled, folded position. It should feel supportive into the ground, like you can sink into it. Wherever you are, hold. Sometimes it's just nice to be a little bit higher, even if you can go all the way down, because your body can recover better when there's some space to breathe. You have one more breath in One more breath out. And then roll yourself up. We're going to bring our legs around to the front. Bring your feet together into a little butterfly position. So the soles of your feet touch, your knees stay out. Catch hold of your big toes or around all your toes. We're going to do a little ripple, kind of like the way we started before we lie down. So hands on your feet. Use your inhale to ripple your chest. Really look up. And as you exhale, pull your chest past your toes. Allow your head to drop and then roll up. And again, inhale, reach forward. Pull your chest forward. Allow everything to drop. Make it really smooth, like you are unraveling all these little parts of your spine that might have been stuck for a while. Just nourishing from the inside out, across your hips, across your back. We're doing one more and we're going to hold. So inhale, lift your chest forward, bend your elbows and hold. If you want to go further, drop your head towards your hands and just stay. You've got 2 more breaths. Make these breaths slow. Make them smooth. For one more breath. And then drawing yourself up, bring your knees together. Interlace your hands forward, and we're going to roll down to a count of 8. So have a little bit of a longer line for your legs. Take a breath, close your eyes, and exhale as you come down for 8. For 7, so you're placing every single line of your back onto the floor. For 6. Keep going for 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. And then on 1, just relax. Maybe you want to have a little drop of your knees from side to side, or just find a way to be really steady. Sometimes it's nice to just starfish out on the ground. Some people like to put their hands on their torsos so they have that sense of connection. But wherever you are, you're going to stay on the ground for 2 minutes. These are 2 minutes of recovery. 2 minutes of recognizing what you've just done to your body, what you've just done with it. So take a breath in through your nose right now and breathe out through your mouth. Notice as you breathe out, it's like you sink a little further into your mat. Do it twice more. Breathe in. As you breathe out, allow yourself to imprint into your mat. Allow the earth below you to hold you, to carry you. One more time. Breathe in. Full breath out. Let yourself sink even more. And take a little scan of your body. You can start at your head. Feel all the muscles in your face and your neck, in your shoulders, in your hands, down your torso. And as you scan your body, imagine that every single one of those parts is healing and renewing and regenerating exactly in the way that you need it. You can take your focus down into your hips and into your legs. And as you make your way down this beautiful thing you call your body, imagine it healing. Imagine the transformative process that is happening underneath the surface of your skin, all the way down into your toes. Visualize that as you are lying still on the ground, your body is being renewed. It is regenerating to even stronger, even more well than before. And then take a breath in through your nose, really fill up. Exhale through your mouth. And start to move your hands and your feet and your arms. Maybe you want to take a stretch. Imagine you're lying in your bed and you're just waking up in the morning. Roll over onto one side and then push yourself to sit up tall in any way that feels good. You're going to bring your hands together in prayer. This is a signifying of your heartbeat, of your pulse in your hands. And bring that pulse towards your heart center. We're taking one breath of gratitude together, so fill up through the lungs, inhale. And exhale, let it go. And blink your eyes open. Namaste, crew. Thank you for playing with me.